What's up, you guys? I'm working on ITL 526 integrated design discussion board week 2. Let's read the prompt real quick here. Okay, so basically we're looking, describing 2 strategies I would use to identify prior knowledge, specific needs of learners, and appropriate strategies that will allow you as the teacher to design a lesson that is developmentally and academically appropriate, and then make connections on how your lesson would demonstrate mastery of TPEs 3.2 and 4.2, and then discuss the standards. So real quick, let's touch on the standards real quick here. Let me get these up. All right, so my subject matter is PE, so my standards are a little bit different than the more academic classes. So we'll work off of this one right here. Students demonstrate knowledge of and competency in motor skills, motor patterns, or movement patterns and strategies needed to perform a variety of physical activities. Okay, so let's see, let's go back to that. Where's the prompt at? Okay, so the 2 strategies I would use in a physical education class to get to know my students' prior knowledge on what we're doing. So my physical education is more physical, right? So I could use an icebreaker activity at the beginning of the semester where I can use a foam ball and have everybody kind of circle up, and we can kind of popcorn around. You know, I'm so-and-so, my favorite sport is baseball, and then we could throw the ball to someone different. That's a way to know some background information on, you know, what sports they like to play, if they have athletic background. The second one, you can kind of do, I guess, a free-for-all, break the field up into 3 different sections. You could have capture the flag going on in one area of the field. The next quadrant of the field, you could have soccer, and then, you know, maybe kickball, or I've seen softball been played. So you could kind of break it up and kind of give them options instead of orders, and give them the freedom to show what they're into. And then when they do break up, I can kind of evaluate their movement patterns, their skills. And this is a way to produce individualized learning. So how these would connect, the strategies in your lessons would demonstrate your mastery. So 3.2, mastery of this would literally be getting to know my students. We talk about funds of knowledge a lot in this program. So basically getting to know my kids on a level where, you know, I know their background, and I can teach them based on their past, or what they've been exposed to in the past. So, you know, for instance, if I was in a math class, you know, my math teacher, to best reach me, I've been about baseball. I have a playing background, so I need to relate math to baseball in some respect. So, you know, maybe talking over, instead of just going over statistical language in a math class, maybe relate it to stats in baseball. And so I would have to do that same thing with each of my kids in the class. So how it relates to TPE 4.2, I might have to use more literacy skills to teach other students. Some students aren't going to have, you know, quality movement patterns, or they're not going to be into physical sports or outdoor activities. So I might need to give them a chance to, read, draw pictures, write short, maybe short answers to describe or to show that they know what's being discussed in class. So if we're talking about throwing a baseball or football, instead of them showing me physically, maybe, I can do some kind of formative assessment or, a portfolio assessment, which gives them the opportunity to show me that they know what's going on in a form that's other than just physical. Let's see here. I just want to make sure I hit on all these, how these could work. Standards you examine. Yeah, so I guess basically these, the standard of, students demonstrate knowledge of and competency in motor skills, movement patterns. So if I'm using UDL principles, which is using basically, for me, it's using all means of, teaching. It's basically using all my tools. So not just relating information to what's comfortable with me. I need to make sure that I touch on, and find ways to reach each student individually. So in doing that, I would provide equal and equitable instruction to hit on the standard of, students demonstrate knowledge of and competency in movement skills, movement patterns, and strategies needed to perform a variety of physical activities. So let me know what you guys think. Appreciate it, and I'll see you on Zoom this Tuesday. Thanks.